real quick, how's it been going so far? So I've been out, haven't had a lot of action, been seeing a lot of small bucks on camera. However, 2 mornings ago, I did have a monster sneak up behind me. He was in an area where I wasn't expecting him to come from. As always, I was set up on a mock scrape. And in this particular mock scrape, it was essentially this buckthorn area. It was just loaded with buckthorns. My view really wasn't that good. And of course, that area behind me, I was open. And in this particular tree, he saw my head move. He didn't smell me because my wind was going kind of away from him in a way. But when I turned my head and said, I'm going to blame it actually on my hat, of course, I wouldn't make a mistake like that. But, in some ways, these hats nowadays, I have this sheeny hat. When I show you guys this particular hat, it's got a sheen to it, and a lot of these newer hats nowadays in the hunting world, I noticed that they've been putting sheen on not only their hats, but on their shirts and so on and so forth. And that morning that monster buck came through, this was probably about 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30, that sun was just coming up over the tree line, and that, that sun's going to hit this sheen. So I'm sure he just spotted me move, but you want to make a change. So we pulled out the good old-fashioned Stormy Chromer out of retirement. This was my first Stormy Chromer. It's in real tree color. Matter of fact, they don't even make this color anymore. But tonight, I'm going to be rocking the Stormy Chromer just because it's got that nice dull finish to it. And it's not hopefully going to create that sheen. And who knows, maybe it'll bring me a little luck tonight. It's been a while since I put this guy back on, and it actually feels pretty good. All right, folks, so enough talk. Let's get loaded up here, and I'm going to take a walk here back into the woods. Just so you guys know, this is one of these small private land properties that I have permission to hunt. It is only 3 acres that I actually have permission on. I do have permission to fetch, we'll call it, but I don't have permission to hunt on the surrounding properties. So just kind of wanted to throw that out there to you guys. Well, folks, we are going to get a little aggressive tonight. I got the rattling antlers with me, and then I got the grunt call in here tonight. This time of year, when you got those big bucks that are on lockdown, the ones that don't have a girlfriend, these can work. So we're going to give that a little shot tonight as well. All right, folks, so I'm nestled in the swamp here tonight, and we got a southwest wind. That wind is going behind me. They could still come from this direction, but more than likely they're going to come out of the swamp over here. So right now what I want to do is I want to show you how the swamp breaks down and essentially why I'm set up where I am. Now, if you can look over there, that's where the cedars are, and it is wet and very thick back in there. I'm going to back out just a little bit, and in front here is cattails, and it's not very big. It's probably maybe about a quarter acre of cattails. And if you come around the back edge over there, you can come to the front of the cattails here, and then right through down here there's an edge, and these deer love to travel these edges. So what they do is they come out usually over there, or they actually come right through the cattails sometimes, but they want to get to an area behind me. So what they do is they take this thicker area right down through here, and they like to follow that back up into those cedars. And if you look, there's some oaks way up in there. I don't know if you folks can see that. Now, I don't have permission to go up in there, so I have to make do with my area that I have here. But my goal here then is to catch them as they come through there. Now, they will come sometimes right through here. And what's kind of interesting is back in the springtime, I cleared out this path here essentially to make a shooting lane. But in doing so, they've actually utilized this as well to walk through here. And they have a path that goes right up over there. So what these bucks like to do is they like to come right around this cattail marsh here, or cattail swamp, out of the cedars, and they walk this edge right down, and they like to walk right there. And that's where I plan on shooting if he comes through. Now they could come anywhere through there. Doesn't have to be literally right there. But this is the setup for tonight. Well, folks, I just had 2 fawns walk by, and there was no mama doe with them. So that might mean that she is out there somewhere in estrus. So if that's the case, hopefully we get a big buck to come by. Well, folks, no bucks last night. Matter of fact, that's all I have, those 2 doe fawns. Now, today is kind of a burn-up day. It is 71 degrees out, and I'm on one of those small properties again. This one has got 4 acres of woods, but it's nestled into this huge swamp. And what we got going on, we have this big hillside, and this hillside comes down and then goes into the swamp. So one of the issues that I kind of have is that this property is new to me. And so I've only been back here twice. Did not get a chance to hang a stand up ahead of time. I'm actually going to hang my mobile system up right now. And we're going to try to put myself in position for hopefully a nice buck tomorrow and the next day. So we're getting right into the peak of the rut here. And pretty much I'm just going to use this time, since it's warm, my cameras haven't been doing anything. We got storms coming here, about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. And hopefully take advantage if it's a hard storm, hard rain, to wash my scent away. And these storms are supposed to be here about 2 o'clock. So with that being said, I don't really plan on bow hunting with heavy storms coming in, and with my filming equipment, that wouldn't work either. And these deer just don't seem to be moving right now when you got these dew points that are so high and this warm temp. So folks, this cracks me up. Here's a scrape made by some type of buck. And there is another scrape right here. And right there's the horse corral. And then there's actually a scrape right down there as well. These bucks are coming up here, I'm assuming at night. These small little properties like this, you know, they make the most of it too. And they're not afraid to come up here, but once again, I'm guessing, I don't have a camera up here, but I'm guessing they're coming at night for sure. All right, so I'm at the top of the hill here. The trail is actually about 1/3 of the way down, and it just happens to follow topography, but it's close to that edge right there. And I have a camera right down there. And if I get them now, they come through close to that edge. They hug that edge right there. And then I have a camera down there actually, so they're really close. But it's kind of funny, I get pictures of bucks that come here. I did not get them on that camera right there. So what I'm assuming is that these bucks are coming through and they're staying up into this realm right here. And then they're following that edge down. All right, folks, I got the stand preset right here. And down there is the bottom. And they like to come right along that edge there, but they like to turn back in right there. Now they might stay along this edge, but there's an opening. And if you can tell, that opening goes out to that marsh. Now, where that marsh is, you're probably saying, well, why don't you go in there? That's essentially private. This piece is only 4 acres. And I can go out to the, literally into the marsh, maybe 30 yards, and that's where it ends for me. So I brought it back up this hill. The other thing is with this hill, and it's a little steeper than it looks, but tomorrow morning, or whatever morning I come out here, my thermals are going to come up this hill too. So I kind of got that going for me, utilizing this hill. And I have a mock scrape right there. But that mock scrape, I experimented again. And when I put that mock scrape out, it's on a hill. And it's not much of a slant, but it's enough. And I've known this in the past, and I'll say this again, they will not hit those mock scrapes when they're on a hill. They just will not do it. It's got to be totally level. All right, so this spot is essentially set. And right now we're just hoping to catch a cruising buck coming through here. And hopefully somebody that's new to the area, he's not familiar with the area, and he should come through here, even a home buck. There's one dandy that's been coming through here, but he's been coming through very sporadically. He might be locked up with a doe already. The other nice thing is, you may not be able to tell, but I can look out into that red brush out there. I'm gonna bring my binos with me, and I might be able to call a deer in from there. The only problem is with the northwest wind, my wind's gonna be blowing that way. So if I see him out there, I can almost guarantee you he's gonna come through here, and he's gonna come right up into my wind. Well, folks, that dark rain is on its way, so I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully that rain comes in, does a good job of washing my scent away, at least the best it can, and then we'll be back in here tomorrow morning and see what comes through.